Hi everyone, welcome to the 6th video of my channel. Today we're going to be doing the second part of the ITZY DIY for the East2West cover of Not Shy, girl version. In this video I'll be showing you how I made Ryujin / Jenny's top, as well as how I did Yuna / Gaelle's pink ombre jeans. There's nothing more to say, so let's just get into it. For Jenny's sleeves, I picked up a set of white pillowcases from the dollar store. I knew what kind of material I wanted to work with, but I couldn't find anything that was cheap enough at the fabric store that was like the right texture and thickness, but these were pretty perfect and they were only $3. The first step was, as always, to take it apart with a seam ripper, or knife in my case. So Jenny got some seam rippers sent to me for my birthday. Surprise package came in and I didn't know what it was. And I opened it and it was a gift from Jenny. Thanks, Jenny. And gone are the days where I use an X-Acto knife as a seam ripper. So next I pinned out a general shape for the sleeve of how I wanted it to balloon. And here I begin to pin the pleats that will be sitting at the top of the sleeve. I loved doing the pleats. Something about it was like super satisfying. This might sound kind of weird, but I used to work at American Apparel and the pleats on their tennis skirt were always really satisfying for me to look at. And that's kind of like what I had in mind when I was doing these pleats. TMI, maybe? I don't know. They're like super not even, but they look pretty good. So next I took an elastic of the length of Jenny's arm and sewed it onto the sleeve while pulling it to create a gathered, pulled, ruched, I don't know what it's called. But just to make it something like this. And I'm doing the same method of pulling the elastic while sewing for the actual balloon shape so that it would curve. I'm following the shape that I had pinned earlier, except that I marked it with a pen onto the fabric. Here I'm just making an opening so that Jenny can put her arm through, and I'm sewing the seams closed for a clean opening. So once the main part of the sleeves were done, I'm just cutting off any excess fabric and thread and putting them side by side to make sure that they're generally the same size. And I have no idea why I did that. For the shirt portion, I actually decided to only do the white part. I just made a tube bra with the same stretchy fabric I used for Kangley's outfit. And instead of doing the full tank, it just seemed easier if Jenny wore a black tank that she already owned. That way it would be cheaper and less work in general. And then the white part would just be like a shirt that she would wear on top of her tank. So this is me at the girls' practice again, just fitting and sizing Jenny, making sure the sleeves are not too whack or anything. They were a little big, so we adjusted them to make them less poofy. Once I got home, I sewed the tube closed and took in any part of the sleeve that we thought was a little too puffy. And I also cut off excess fabric from the inside of the balloon sleeve. And then sewed the sleeves to the tube. And that's basically it. One side. And the second side. Oh yes, I also hand sewed some of the ruching to the neckline as well. For Gaelle's jeans, she gave me a pair of jeans to dye. I used a pack of fuchsia RIT dye and boiling water, and that's my recycling bin, and I was praying that it wouldn't melt. And I dunked her jeans in. First, I concentrated the dye to the bottom of the jeans, since it would have to be darker. And then I gradually dipped more and more of the jeans, ensuring to leave less and less time as I got higher up. Here I started to get kind of nervous that the top line seemed to be getting a little too sharp, so I grabbed my spray bottle so that I could hopefully mist some of it at the top to get it to soften up. Here I'm dunking some dye into the spray bottle, and you bet I'm keeping that spray bottle of dye in case I ever need it. I also rubbed the dye to hopefully soften the lineup. It came out pretty nice, and it looks like it's a pretty simple process here, but honestly, I was so scared. When I first dunked it in, it seemed so dark and I thought I ruined it. And it was like midnight, so I couldn't make too much noise, which made it more stressful. You can also see me hanging it upside down. I was hoping the dye would trickle down slowly. Even when I was rinsing it out, I thought it was going to be too dark. But luckily, when I let it dry overnight and took it outside in the morning to dry more, it was actually really nice. And I was super happy with how it turned out. Yay! Here is the final look as seen in the cover. So that wraps up part 2 of the ITZY Not Shy series. Make sure you guys go check out the East2West cover of Not Shy. And if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe and give it a like and a comment. And of course, thanks for watching.